Alright, if you're here, probably you are just trying to upgrade your Nexus repository. So this was the case for me. We had the Nexus that was running quite a long time, and it was Nexus 2. So it was time to upgrade it to Nexus 3. But of course, like always, we had some problems or some issues. So today I'm going to show you how you can properly upgrade your Nexus repository. First of all, there is a step-by-step guide by Nexus. It was really helpful. So before upgrading, you have to decide or you have to confirm that everything is okay. So basically, the first one is if you are upgrading your Nexus 2, it should be already in the latest version of Nexus 2. So it means that if you have Nexus that's running some old version of Nexus 2, then you need to update it to the latest version of Nexus 2. After that, you can upgrade it to Nexus 3. So make sure that it's the latest version. And both Nexus 2 and 3, they should have the same licensing setup. So in this case, we're going to use OSS. And while upgrading, your Nexus repository 3 will be offline. So you cannot use that. Of course, you can browse, but it will be offline. But your Nexus 2 repository will be online. So what does it mean? It means that while upgrading, you can still use your Nexus 2 repository. The developer can still upload or deploy packages to the Nexus 2 repository. So basically, this is really good because it provides like the upgrading process without downtime. And maybe there will be some downtime, just like a few seconds or a few minutes, but in general, it will be without downtime. So that's good. And also, there's a data transfer. Let me show you. Yes, you have to decide how you can transform the data. So they provided 3 options. The first one is hard linking, which is the fastest method. The second one is file system copying. So it is still fast, but not as hard linking. In my case, initially I have chosen HTTPD downloading because Nexus repository 2 and 3 are on the different machines. Then that's the only method. HTTP downloading is the only method that you can use. It was really very slow, but that's the only option for us. Our Nexus is kind of big one, so we have like around 300 gigabytes of data. So to upgrade that amount of data using HTTPD downloading, you need to like around 3 hours. So full upgrade process is gonna take 3 hours. Therefore, we have decided to use a hard linking method, but the problem is that our Nexuses are on the different machine. But for this method, they should be on the same machine. So what we did, we just copied all the data, the configuration of the Nexus, and the storage data, the working directory of the Nexus. We basically copied all of them to our new machine using rsync command. It just took around, I don't know, like 25 minutes or something. Then we installed the Nexus 2 on that new machine. And of course, use the configuration data or the storage data from the old machine that we already copied to the new one. So that was the fastest method. But for the Nexus 3, we want to run Nexus 3 in a Docker container. Basically, here you can see that in the requirements section, it says that Nexus repository 2 and 3 must be configured to access the same storage system on the same mount points. And here in this Docker compose file, you're going to see that we have 2 volumes. So basically we have 2 services, Nexus 2 and Nexus 3. The path of the volume is the same. It means that we just mounted the whole file system to our Docker container, and they're using the same file system. But let's just start installing Docker and setting up all the containers, and then I'm going to show you what happens. If you already know Docker, you can just copy paste these commands in your terminal, and you can just configure your containers. You don't even need to watch this part of the video. But anyway, I'm gonna install Docker. So this is my new machine, and here we're gonna run install Docker, and after that we're gonna install Docker Compose. Now let's start Docker. We also enable it, and this is my Docker Compose file. So I'm gonna create Docker Compose file here, and just paste the configuration. So we have Nexus 2. It will take this is the latest version of Nexus 2, and sorry, the container name will be Nexus app 2. The user is root. It's not recommended, so you can use a different user, for example Nexus user, but for the simplicity I'm gonna use root user. Then Nexus runs on port 8081. So for the Nexus 2, I'm gonna map my local port 8082 to a Nexus port, and for the Nexus 3, I'm gonna use the same port. And we have volumes. This is my like local paths, and they are in the same, like they are the same for Nexus 2 and Nexus 3. So I'm just gonna save it, and of course we have to create this directory. So I'm gonna copy. Let's do make directory. It says permission denied. We can use sudo, but I'm gonna just switch to root user. Sorry. So make directory. Okay, now it's fine. But we have created this Docker Compose file. I'm gonna create the file here one more time because I want to it under the root. Okay, that's it. Now let's run the containers. So until they start, basically we have to copy our public IP address, and we say that Nexus 2 will run under port 8082 I mean, and the full path is Nexus like this, and Nexus 3 will be 8081 without Nexus. So Docker PC, they are started. Check Nexus 2. Something wrong. Let's check Nexus 3. It's already 1 minute. I think it should be started, but let me check the firewall rules. Yes, as an inbound rule, we have only port 22 allowed from everywhere. Let's add port 8082 from everywhere. And this is just for testing purposes. That's why I will select anywhere. I mean, because it doesn't matter right now. But if it's production or if it's something that it needs to be very secure, then you can decide what IPs you need to allow. Anyway, let's save the rule, and we are gonna check. Yes, it seems it's working. This is working as well. So Nexus 2, the default password is username is admin and password is admin123. So login, everything is good. And for the Nexus 3, default username is admin, but for the password we have to log in the container, not this one, Nexus 3. So docker exit IT and bin bash. We log in the container, and now I'm gonna get the password. Nexus 3 admin password. This is the initial password, and we're gonna paste it here. Or it's incorrect. It says this is incorrect. Sorry, I copied this one as well, but it's not part of the password. So let's paste the correct one here. Sign in. Now it's okay. Now we have to provide the new password. I'm gonna say admin123, admin123. Next, enable. You can choose disable as well. It doesn't matter for now. So it's fine. We have configured our Nexuses, so we are good to go. So the main thing is that let's exit the container. Open the Docker Compose file. So in the requirements of data transfer, if we use hard linking, it says that these both Nexuses, Nexus 2 and 3, must be configured on the same storage system, basically same file system and same mount points. So by doing this, we confirm that they are in the same mount point. And let's start upgrading process. Basically, you can just follow these steps from this article, but I already know what to do, so I'm gonna do. Okay, this is Nexus 2, so we're gonna go to administration, capabilities. We have to create this upgrade agent, upgrade wizard, and add it. We have to do the same in our Nexus 3. So go to system, and here there's a capabilities section. You have to create capability. You have to choose upgrade, create, and now we can start upgrade process. Select upgrade. Next, the URL of the Nexus 2. Just copy this part, paste it here, and it asks for the access token. So access token, actually, when we create agent, upgrade agent, it will be under status. So just copy this one and paste it here. This is the fetch size. It's 100, but if you read the guide, I think it was somewhere here. Let me see. So it says that fetch size dictates the number of components that Nexus repository 3 requests from Nexus repository 2 at one time. So you understand, I think. So it says that at one time, like how many components that Nexus 3 will request from Nexus 2. So by default it is 100, but by keeping that number too high can cause out of memory errors with Nexus 2. That's why it's recommended to set it to 20 or 30, 40. I don't know. You can just check it. But I have done like I've chosen 25 basically. It worked for me. So next, and here it goes for the content, like what content you have to transfer. You would like to transfer, so you can choose both configuration and content. I mean repository configuration and content, and of course server configuration. For example, if you have LDAP, let's say that configured in your previous in your Nexus 2, it will transfer all the configuration to Nexus 3. So anyway, let's click on next, and blob store, it's just default. And so we had three methods: download method, hard linking method, and file copy method, right? So since we have configured the same, like our mount points are the same, it means that we can choose hard linking method, right? Now click next, select all the repositories, click next, and here is the issue. As you've seen that in the prepare phase, it is fading, and if you read the message, it says file system link unavailable from repository. The only allowed method is download. So this is actually kind of annoying issue, because I couldn't understand why it says that I have already like fulfilled all the requirements. So my virtual machine supports like hard linking, and the both Nexus 2 and 3 are the same, mount points are the same, are on the same storage system, so same file system basically. Why it gives this error? So I tried to like understand, but unfortunately I couldn't. Then I asked my colleague who has like more experience than me, and also he's kind of my mentor as well. So he was really good. Like I think after some time he just figured out that it happens because, you know, like when you create hard link, it means that they should be on the same file system. But since we have used Docker here, so we have two different containers, and that's why they can't create hard link from one container like to the second container, because actually they're different. They have different file system. So that's why it can't create hard linking, and it says that this method is not allowed. Now we're gonna go back. We're gonna select download method, and we're gonna click on next, and here it fails again. So this is like a very annoying part, because it says that okay, you cannot choose hard linking method. So that's fine, we understand. But it says you can choose a download method, right? But when you do that, it doesn't allow you. The thing is that you have chance only to select one time. I mean, just once. If just like you cannot select like first hard linking method, then the download method. It's not possible, or vice versa. It's not possible. Like if you did that, you have to reset your upgrade configuration. Basically, you have to start from scratch. You can just you cannot just go back and select like okay, now you can select file system copy or whatever method you want. So this was really annoying part. But anyway, they have also provided some missing article somewhere here. Like before trying to upgrade again, you have to reset the upgrade process, and they have some instruction here. You have to shut down Nexus repository 2, and you have to remove the data directory. The data directory is this one. You can just, under the system, there should be system information somewhere. Okay, under the support, let's discard these changes. Under support, there is system information, and there should be working directory. I think, yes, this one. So basically, this is your working directory. This is your data directory. Basically, we just learned that if your Nexuses are running on Docker containers, you can choose hard linking method. So I think, understand that this is a very simple thing, but unfortunately it took me some hours to figure out that issue. But anyway, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stop all the containers. So docker stop handled docker stop our Nexus app 2, The option is, if you want to use hard linking method, then you have to choose standalone version of Nexus. That's why we're gonna use standalone version. So in my article, so we're gonna create two directory, and for the one for Nexus 3 and one for Nexus 2. Let's just copy this command. So we are under root. Okay, there should be P as well. And we have missed this slash. cd local. This is the package for Nexus 2. We're gonna download it. Then unzip that package. Nexus 2 is running on Java version 8. And that's why we have to install Java 8. And you have to explicitly define your Java bin in this configuration file for the Nexus. So we're gonna open this configuration file. Okay, let's open this file, and here you see that there's a wrapper Java. So currently it uses like default one, but default is Java 11, I think, or 17, I don't know, but it's not 8 basically. So that's why we have to add this path, because this is the path of our Java 8. Seems I didn't copy that. Okay, let's save it. And if you remember, our Nexus 2 was running on port 8082. If you are using standalone version, you have to define that port as well in the Nexus properties. Okay. And here, application port is, as a default, it is 8081. I'm going to change it to 8082. The next thing is we're going to start Nexus. It says that basically now we are root user, right? So it says it's not recommended to run as a root user. Like if you insist, you can just need to set this environment variable. So I'm gonna do that. Now let's do end. Grab this variable. Let's see, it's set. Yes, it's set. Now we're gonna start our Nexus. It is started, and we can also check the logs. It's gonna take a minute maybe to run. Let's check. Yes, so this is the like Nexus 2, but this is standalone version, plain Nexus 2, not like it's not running on the Docker container. So we have username admin and admin 123 as a password. It's default one. Okay, it's good. Let's Control C. And now we're gonna configure our Nexus 3. Let's create. There should be slash sign as well. I missed that part. So we're gonna go to that directory. We're gonna download Nexus 3. This is the latest version. So as of now, let's download. And we're gonna unzip. And then we're gonna start our Nexus. It is starting. We can also check the logs. Okay, it seems it is started. Let's check. It seems it needs some time. Okay, it's good. We're gonna configure our password one more time. So we have to copy this password, because in Nexus 3 we would have initial admin password, then you can change it and paste it here. New password will be admin123. Sorry, admin123. Admin123. Enable anonymous. Okay, it's good. We're good to go. So right now we have configured our Nexus 2 and 3 as a standalone version. And let's so right now we are in the Nexus 3 directory. So if we do df hash opt local Nexus 3, so it's mounted on the root, and Nexus 2, it's mounted under root as well. And as you see that they are using the same file system. So it means we fulfill this condition, right? So they have the same file system and they have the same mount points. As you see, same mount point and same file system. So it means that we can easily choose hard linking method. Let's see. So again, we have to create upgrade agent on both Nexuses. Let's create here as well. So capabilities, create Nexus, and choose the upgrade capability. Provide the URL of the Nexus 2, and then access token. Access token is this one. Let's do Control V, and I'm gonna choose fetch size as, let's say, 50. We are just testing, so it doesn't matter actually. And we have to copy all the server configuration and the repository configuration and the content. And now we're gonna select hard link method. Next, we're gonna choose all the repositories. Next. So it is successful. I mean, like, we actually didn't upgrade yet, but it means that, but at least the prepare phase is successful. It means that our hard link method will work during the upgrade process. So we can, everything is good, so we can begin. Yes. So it was prepared all the repositories. Let's continue. Now it's gonna synchronize, or basically it's gonna migrate your data on your server configuration, like everything on Nexus 2 to Nexus 3. There is only like 0 process, so it means that there is no process actually, because this is like very new Nexus 2 and 3. We don't have any data on that, and that's why it says 0. And here it also says that 30 seconds since last change. So it means that when you upgrade your production Nexus, so what you can do is you can just keep this process running for like 15 days, 1 month, it doesn't matter. So what will happen is it's gonna check like your Nexus 2. It's gonna check if there's a new package deployed, or if anything new. It's gonna copy all that. It's kind of good because it means that, like, basically there will be no downtime. I mean, let's say that during the upgrade you have upgraded something, but some developers is gonna, like, some developers are gonna deploy a new package like after 10 minutes, and they can't deploy a new package to your new server. Nexus 3 server, they have to, like, for some reason, they have to deploy it to Nexus 2. So they're going to just leave this process here. So when they deploy new package, the upgrade wizard like automatically will know that there is a new package. So what it will do, it will synchronize that new package to Nexus 3. And then if you see that like everything is okay and you're good to go, then you're just gonna press continue. Yes. So our upgrade is finished. Everything is good. You can just choose done. And it will say that repository content is available immediately for direct download. So everything is good. But there will be a repo 2 migration tasks. Maybe they are just finished if you go to task. Yeah, I think in our case it's finished because we don't have any data on our Nexuses, so it just quickly finished that task as well. But if you have like more data, then it's gonna take, I don't know, like 1 minute or 2 minutes to finish all the tasks. So that's it. You have just upgraded your Nexus 2 to Nexus 3.